Perek HaMafkid Daf Lamed Hey, sponsored Refuah Shalema for Binyamin Chaim Ben Sarah. We continue with answers to the question posed yesterday, why the oath of Modav and Miksas was transferred by the Chachamim to the lender. Here we have two other alternative answers of the Gemara. Number one, Abaya. We do not suspect the lender swearing falsely. However, he may retrieve the lost item after he swears that it's not in his possession. Rav Ashi answers that really the point is that both the lender and the borrower have to swear. The lender swears it is not in his possession. The borrower swears to its value. The Gemara suggests another question on Rav Huna. If the lender has to swear the collateral is not in his possession, then even in the case where he denies completely the borrower's claim that the collateral was worth double the loan, he should have to swear anyway as a Gilgul Shvua, an extension of the first oath. The Gemara answers the cases where the borrower trusts the lender. He assumes that the lender is a successful person because he is righteous. In spite of this, the lender has to swear to its value where he admits to part of the claim because the borrower assumes that the lender is not familiar enough with the collateral to know its true value. The Gemara returns to the law of the Mishnah when the custodian pays. Instead of swearing, he is entitled to the fines incurred by the thief. The Gemara brings a case where a custodian misplaced earrings. Rav Nachman decided this case as negligence. However, the custodian refused to pay until Rav Nachman had to seize his house as payment. The earrings increased in value. Eventually, the custodian found the earrings. Even though Rav Nachman made the owner return the house of the custodian in exchange for the earrings, in this case, he did not benefit from the increased value of the earrings because the custodian did not pay voluntarily. We see from this that the law of the Mishnah, that the shomer, the custodian, is entitled to the fines, is only where he pays voluntarily. Now, normally, a court appraisal and seizure is final. No exchange is warranted, as in this case. In this case, the custodian was in possession all along, and the appraisal was erroneous. However, mitam vasisa yoshevat tov, one is obligated to return seized property for compensation. Now, there are, however, limitations to the obligation to return seized property. Number one, a creditor who receives seized property and transfers it to his creditor is no better than the first. He must return the seizure for monetary compensation. However, number two, if the creditor sold, bequeathed, or gave it to somebody as a gift, he does not have to return it to the owner since their acquisition was not based on a debt. Number three, the court seized property on behalf of a woman or seized from her property who then married and died. The husband has the law of a purchaser concerning his wife's property. He is not obligated to return property he acquired, and by the same token, land seized from his wife is not returned to him. Now, the law concerning a debtor who provided property in payment of a debt. One opinion in the Gemara holds that the creditor is not obliged to return it for a cash reimbursement because the debtor volunteered the property. It is a full-fledged sale. The other opinion the Gemara holds, the creditor must return the property. He offered it, that is, the debtor offered it only to avoid the embarrassment of a court case. Next there's a three-way argument in the Gemara when the creditor can enjoy the profits of seized property. Number one, Rabbah holds 90 days pass, and the court is convinced the debtor will not pay. They give the creditor the seizure document. At that point, he is entitled to the profits. Number two, Abaya holds as soon as witnesses sign the seizure document, then he is entitled to the profits of the seized property. Rava holds only after the court auctions a piece of land found to belong to the debtor to the highest bidder, then the creditor is entitled to its profits. We now start the next Mishnah. If one rents a cow, lends it to another in whose possession it died a natural death. Number one, the Tanna Kama in the Mishnah holds the renter swears to the owner and collects from the borrower. The renter acquires the animal by way of its death and not by way of his oath. The oath is simply to appease the owner. However, Rav Yossi holds, how can the renter profit from the owner's animal?